One of the most common questions I get asked by runners is, does running build muscle? Maybe you've actually been wondering that yourself and tried to look online. It can be kind of tricky to get a straight answer. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 4 different ways you can build muscle, and more importantly, I'm going to tell you how you can develop a program to actually build strength to reduce your injury risk and improve your performance as a runner. So when we think about building muscle, we often think about building our biceps, pecs, or glutes, or quads at the gym. And that's only one way to build a muscle, called hypertrophy, when your muscles actually get bigger. Believe it or not, there are 4 ways to build muscle, 4 different types of muscle strengthening exercises. The first that I'm going to talk about is muscular endurance. Muscular endurance means how long a muscle at submaximal loads, meaning not lifting your heaviest and not doing the lightest, but in the middle, can sustain that amount of activity. So for instance, running is a muscular endurance sport. You're never going to be at a max lift or a max press when you're running, and you're not going to be as easy as walking. So you're in that middle range of muscular activity, but you have to sustain it for a long period of time, miles and thousands of steps. So you need muscular endurance, which means you have to build your oxygen carrying capacity, and you have to build the muscles' availability to use the nutrients within your body, fat and sugar, to be able to run for long distances. So muscular endurance is the first way you can build muscle, and most often the way runners use muscle building in an endurance capacity in running itself. The second way you can build muscle, which is most traditionally called strength training or gym training, is called hypertrophy. This basically means the muscle fibers themselves actually grow. This is done by using specific sets and reps, often 4 sets of 10 repetitions at a moderate to heavy weight. What this does, it creates some tearing, some micro tearing at the muscle that then gets repaired with proper nutrition and protein, and that builds the muscles. That's how you can get bulky biceps and chest muscles. Now, as a runner, you're thinking that I don't want to be bulky and I don't want to be slow, and you'd be exactly right. So a lot of runners avoid hypertrophy, strength building, muscle building, when in fact parts of hypertrophy can be very valuable at building muscle for runners, and I'll get to that later in this video. The third type of ways you can build muscle is true strength. This means you're lifting heavy loads over low repetitions with a lot of time in between sets. This would be your classic power lifter doing heavy squats or doing heavy bench press. Oftentimes when you do true strength training, you can get stronger without getting bulky, which is even better for runners because you don't add on additional pounds, which may slow you down and reduce your running economy. The fourth type of ways you can build muscle is power, how much weight you can lift over how much time. Think of the clean and jerk in an Olympic weightlift. That's a power type exercise. Or doing a box jump, that is a power type exercise. It's explosive, it's fast. That can also be very good for runners, but you need to build into that, and you have to have enough foundation in other strength work to get the value out of power training exercises. So those are 4 ways to build muscle, running being in the endurance category. Now here's the thing, if all you do is run and you don't have any outside activities, such as weight training in the gym that you're doing, this is what's going to happen. Over time, your leg muscles, your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, calves, and foot muscles, they will build muscle initially, especially if you're a novice or new runner. Building that muscle is in direct relation to your body weight and the force of gravity every time you run. Twice your body weight every time you step, times thousands of steps, you can get how that can actually change your muscle physiology. But the real question is, are you actually getting stronger? If you continue to run, and especially if you increase your mileage to 20 plus miles a week, oftentimes what happens is your body starts to change. You start to lose fat, you start to really reduce the amount of load per step, which is a good thing for running economy, but at the same time, because you have less weight per step, you are not having the same amount of load on your muscle. So by nature, you actually get a little bit weaker over time, especially as you run much longer distances like half and full marathons. You see, with muscle building, you need a principle called overload, meaning you have to add additional weight to what you're currently doing, such as additional weight on top of your body, a barbell, weights, a weight vest, in order to get a response out of the muscle itself. You see, the way you build muscle is hormonally. You need testosterone and growth hormone and other insulin-like growth factor, key attributes that build muscle. But the only way to get that is by overloading the tissue, creating micro tears and rebuilding. So if all you do is run, to review, you will get weaker over time and it'll actually reduce your strength. This is why training in the gym becomes so effective for building running economy. In fact, it's been shown that over an 8 to 12 week period, doing strength training just 3 times a week, runners have been shown to increase their running economy, decrease injury risk, and get faster. Sounds pretty good, right? That would be more in the strength category, the hypertrophy and strength category, where you're lifting heavier weights, lower reps, things like deadlifts and squats and lunges and step-ups are great ways to build strength as a runner without getting bulky. So you're not doing it for the burn, you're not doing it like a bodybuilder, right? Because if strength was indicative of running economy, then bodybuilders should be the best runners, but they're not. Runners are by nature more endurance related than that, with some strength mixed in. So 3 days a week, that's all you need to do for strength training in order to not only maintain but improve your muscle build as a runner. Here's the crazy fact. One of the things that's going to reduce your strength the most is getting injured. When you're injured, you're not running, you're not in the gym, and that has the largest effect on strength over time is inactivity. So just spending 3 days a week in the gym doing key loaded exercises that we talked about earlier can be the best way to not only maintain but improve your strength as a runner. So does running build muscle? The answer is yes, kind of. It does build muscle initially if you're a novice and you're just getting started, but if you're a seasoned runner who's been doing it for years, you need some outside work, outside strength training in hypertrophy, strength, and power to really build your body and muscular system to reduce injury and improve performance. The other factors you want to consider as a runner as it relates to building muscle is the difference between slow twitch and fast twitch muscle fibers. Your fast twitch muscle fibers are the ones you use for explosiveness, heavy strength, jumping, sprinting, jump rope. Those fast twitch muscle fibers are built for speed. So by nature, they don't use oxygen. So they're most likely using sugar within your body. That energy system has to be developed. You have to be able to work on those to maintain your fast twitch fibers, which you will lose over time, especially if you do work like distance running. Your fibers will switch to a type 1 type muscle fiber for endurance related purposes. Your slow twitch fibers are your aerobic fibers, the ones that need oxygen to work, and that's something that is used on walking, running, and that's where as a distance runner you have a lot of those and you want to maintain those, but you want to make sure you don't lose your fast twitch fibers. That helps get up hills, that helps with a kick at the end of a race, helps getting up hills, super important. And it's also tied to reducing injury risk. So, does running build muscle? Yes, it does. It just depends on the type of work you do. You need overload, you need to be in the gym 2 to 3 times a week. It can have a substantial impact of reducing injury and improving your running performance. Hey guys, if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And also check out the other videos here on the screen on ways you can optimize your running form to improve your running economy, reduce injury risk, and have your best year of running yet. Until next time guys, train smarter and perform better.